Hey, what's up everybody? This is your boy Kenny, and this is a special video that I want to do for you today, and it's in regards to Aretha Franklin. A few days ago, there was a report that came out that Aretha Franklin, when she passed away, that she didn't have a living will. And this video is not only my thoughts and commentary, but also somewhat of a business promo to let people know the importance as to why you need a living will, and what actually happens when you don't have one. And according to Aretha Franklin's case, from what I've read, due to the fact that she doesn't have a living will, now it's up to the probate courts and also up to the estate as to how her fortune will be divided. And we know that Aretha Franklin had 4 sons who are in line to inherit some of this fortune, but due to the fact that she didn't have a living will and testament, it's still up in the air of how much they will get, and whether they will get what they actually deserve. And the reason why I'm stressing this is because I'm a legal consultant with Legal Shield and ID Shield. And one of the benefits that you have with one of the benefits that you get with being a part of Legal Shield is that you can get your living will done at an affordable rate. I'm not going to actually do numbers here because it's not that kind of video, but I will suggest that you log on to my website, which is in the description box for Legal Shield and ID Shield, and on that site, there is a way where you can get in touch with me, and I encourage you to do so if you want more information. But a part of the membership for ID Shield is that you can get your living will done at an affordable rate, and it updates every single year. Because a will that's not updated is like not having a will at all. So you have to keep it updated. And it's unfortunate that that the Queen of Soul has passed away with this $80 million estate, as I've heard, and also what's been reported, and now it's up for grabs, and it may not even be divided the way it should be, because now, due to the fact that she hasn't done a living will, it's now up to the probate court as well as the holders of the estate as to how it's going to be divided and who gets what. Because one thing I want to stress in this video is that having a living will is like having your last. It's like you're speaking from the dead, and you're pretty much telling how you want your everything that you've worked for, everything that you've created, everything that you have accomplished, everything that you leave behind, how you wanted it divided, how where do you want it to go, and how do you actually want things done. And when you don't have that last will and testament, that power is taken away from the actual person that created the estate in the first place. And that's what's unfortunate, that due to the fact that she doesn't have a will, whatever may have been her wishes, we will never know. So now it's left in the hands of someone else, versus if she had a will, it would have been her voice that would have carried it out, and they would have had to do everything that she wanted verbatim. But I definitely send my respects to the Queen of Soul, as well as to her family and friends during this difficult time. But this was a video that I had to do because one of the biggest benefits of signing up with Legal Shield and ID Shield is that you actually can actually do your living will at an affordable rate, because a lot of times people don't do living wills because they're expensive. Not with Legal Shield and ID Shield. And this is something that me being a part of Legal Shield and ID Shield, I'm a part of this movement to actually help people to get their living will done, and that they can get it done, at an affordable rate, where you know, everything that they want and everything that they want to that everything that they want as far as their estate will be done, and things will be carried out accordingly to their wishes. And this is, you know, something that I want to stress to all of you. You know, get your living will done. You know, this is not something you want to sleep on, especially if you have a lot to leave behind to your loved ones. You want things to go a certain way. It's important you have a living will, so therefore that will have to be honored by law. You know, by law, you have to carry out everything that's within that will, and you can't go against it. You know, it's signed, sealed, delivered. You know, and I want to stress the importance as to why you should get your will done. Just looking at her situation, now that $80 million estate is now in the hands of the courts, and her family may not inherit, you know, everything that they're supposed to get, that should be a wake-up call to all of us as to why it's important to get our living will done. And that at the end of the day, life is not promised to any of us. I mean, we could die at any moment, and if you were to pass on, you know, if you had assets that you left behind, who would you want to be the beneficiary? How would you want your estate to be divided amongst your loved ones? That's very important. And I want to stress even more so that we owe it, you know, to our loved ones to have a living will done. So therefore, when it gets down to business and gets down to, you know, how things are going to be handled, there's already the voice of our loved one within that will saying what they want done, you know, he or she. And the thing is, I'm not going to even say that, you know, she was a fool not to have a will. You know, there's a lot of people who die without wills, and it's an unfortunate thing because a lot of people don't know the importance, or yet they know the importance but they can't afford it, because getting a will done is very costly, which is why with us it's very affordable, and it comes with your membership. So get on my website, which is in the description box. Sorry about that, y'all. But click on my that link in the description box, which is my website, to the Legal Shield and ID Shield, and actually check things out. And if you have any questions, please feel free to talk to me. I would love to hear from you, because this is something that we as a people definitely need to get serious about this. Because you know, now that her will is up in the probate courts, you know, this is gonna put her sons, you know, because I think, like, according to Detroit, that her sons are pretty much, you know, the ones who should inherit her estate. I mean, because I know in most cases, if you pass without a living will, the beneficiary usually goes to, like, the first husband. And I don't know if her first husband, Ted White, is still alive, but according to what, you know, we've heard about him, and according to how that marriage went down, I don't think she would want him to inherit her estate over her babies, that is. And like, this situation is, like, very, very sticky, because it really calls, you know, for the probate courts to decide the fate, you know, of her estate, when that should have been something that their mother should have done, and things would have been done according to how she wanted them done. Now, we know that Aretha Franklin was a true boss. She was a diva with a capital D. You know, she paved the way for so many. And, you know, again, a lot of people kind of overlook, you know, getting a will done. But it's a very important document. I mean, my grandmother, you know, God rest her soul, she got her living will done very early on. The issue with hers was that she wasn't able to get it notarized in time, before her death. But due to the fact that she had witnesses on it, because like right now my mother's in probate court in regards to my grandmother, and the reason is because her living will wasn't sealed, but due to the fact that it showed that she had witnesses, they are using that will as to, okay, because in her will she named my mother the beneficiary of all of her assets, so they're still honoring it because there were witnesses that signed it. But if she actually had the seal, she wouldn't have had to go through the probate court at all. So this is something that even in my family we're dealing with right now. And I even have other family members who are kind of dealing with this situation because there's been let's just say there's been some deaths in my family that were very close to each other, and at the end of the day, if you don't have a will, it's left up to the courts, and the court's decision can go either way. So I'm pretty sure her sons are like right now on pins and needles, wondering how this is going to work out. But I do wish them all the best, and I definitely, pay respects to her memory and her legacy, and I hope that this situation gets resolved and that the courts are fair with this estate, and that it doesn't end up in the wrong hands. And that's why I'm stressing to all of you, get your living will done today. Log on to my website, get some information. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me, and you can also reach out to me in my other social platforms after you watch this video. I'd be more than happy to hear from you, and I'd be more than happy to be a consultant as to why it's important to protect you and your loved ones, especially after death. So that's what I have. So subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you can get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow me on all of my social platforms. Also, remember, y'all, to click check out my website, which is in the description box, for Legal Shield and ID Shield. And also follow me on all of my other social platforms that are listed in the description box. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. And I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in. And until next time, everybody, take care.